Welcome to the Beard Speaks podcast. All right, guys, what's going on? It's Pat, and I'm back, and you're listening to the Beard Speaks podcast. All right, guys, it has been several months, and I have let you down. I have not recorded an episode in probably about 3 months. So, where the hell you been, Pat? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'll let you know. But before we get there, I do want to tell you guys that even though sometimes life gets in the way and something comes up and I can't get the mic on and come here and just give you guys some awesome content, you guys continue to keep listening. You keep sharing the show. You keep showing up. My analytics show that, man. So right now, wow, man! I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I've got some diehard listeners out there, and you guys are awesome, man. Definitely just blows me away when I look at this. So I want to do a shout out. First of all, thank you very much, man, to everyone out in Chicago, Illinois, listening to the show. Scottsdale, Arizona, what's happening? Los Angeles, California. Knoxville, Tennessee. What's up, all my friends down there in Knoxville? Washington, Virginia. I've got Ashburn, Virginia. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Roselle, Illinois. Park Ridge, Illinois. You know, I love you guys out there in Park Ridge, Tacoma, Washington, Portage, Indiana, Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Houston, Texas, Seattle, Washington, Atlanta, Georgia, baby. What's going on, Atlanta? San Jose, California, New York, Topeka, Kansas. Who else I got on here? Burbank, Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, Naperville, Illinois, checking in, Federal Way, Washington, Phoenix, Arizona, Auburn, Washington. What's going on? Miami, Florida. Home of my Dolphins, baby. What's going on, Miami? We got here? Evansville, Illinois. Fountain Hills, Arizona. Dallas, Texas. Brooklyn, New York. Tampa, Florida. All my friends down there in Tampa. What's up, Tampa? Garden, California. What's going on, Cali? Round Lake, Illinois. Schaumburg, Illinois. I'm sure there's just more going on here. Look at Stony Brook, New York. Kansas City, Missouri. Wheaton, Illinois. Nashville, Tennessee. My friends down there in Nashville. Waterloo, Iowa. You guys do not let me down in Waterloo, Iowa, baby. What's happening in Waterloo? We'll be down there to visit soon. I'm telling you, we got to make our way back down to Waterloo. If you guys haven't been down there, just some cool stuff down there in Waterloo. Reading. What's happening? Murfreesboro, Tennessee. What's going on? Geneva, Illinois. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Home of Rocky Balboa. That's right. Philadelphia. What's going on? Las Vegas, Nevada. Des Moines, Iowa. Cincinnati, Ohio. Palatine, Illinois. Clinton, Tennessee. Omaha, Nebraska. I hear you guys got some good steaks down there in Omaha. What else we got here? South Holland, Illinois. Toronto, Ontario. Orland Beach, Florida. Okay, guys, I can't just keep going because I've got hundreds and hundreds of cities here. Oh, God, it warms my heart. And countries. Let's shout out some of these countries. Besides the United States, the USA, we've got Singapore checking in, Russian Federation, Germany, France, United Kingdom, Japan, China, Israel, Spain, Canada, Sweden, Hong Kong, Mexico, India, South Korea, Australia, Bulgaria, South Africa, Jamaica, Nigeria, Denmark, Ukraine, Oman, Brazil, Norway, Netherlands, Guatemala, Ireland, Indonesia, Dominican Republic, Uzbekistan, United Kingdom, or United Arab Emirates. Thank you. I can't pronounce that. Haiti, Romania, New Zealand, Moldova, Cameroon, Greece, Bolivia, Ghana, Italy. Ciao, Italy, my homeland. Thailand, Costa Rica, Vietnam, Poland, Turkey, Hungary, Argentina, the Philippines, Malta, Bermuda, Rwanda, Kyrgyzstan, Switzerland, Finland. Wow. Guys, I'm hitting all over the place. And thank you very much, man. And today's episode, well, let me tell you where I had been, and then it's gonna correlate with today's episode. I felt moved to turn on the mic and speak, and it's been a little bit, right? So what do I got to say? So, I talk a lot about, on my show, I talk a lot about fatherhood and, being a dad and how important it is to show up for your kids, even when it's difficult. And even though as fathers and husbands, we have such a responsibility to our kids, right? And, we're working all day and we're putting food on the table. And, this beautiful podcast I have here is not my income. Okay. I do this for fun. I come on here and just chit chat and bring you guys some cool content because this is what I love to do. So it's just a labor of love for me. So, we get so caught up and busy in life. And on top of that, I haven't gone into my complete story, and I know I've hinted at it, and I've talked to other artists on the show that I've interviewed, and there's different people that I've interviewed on the show who get into, I have some parental alienation going on, or I have court custody battles, and my divorce was horrible, and, these types of things, right? And family court, and these different things happen to you. So those that know, right? I have been going through something like that, and it has escalated to some pretty extreme levels, which brings me to what has been going on. I found out of nowhere this movement on TikTok, and I used to joke around about being on TikTok, and it's really, it's just a platform I didn't really care about. You got your Facebook for your podcast, you got your Instagram and YouTube and those types of things, and I'm like, we're gonna have to get a TikTok. It's fine. So, dads supporting dads. That's what this whole podcast is going to be about today. So, which really is just, human beings supporting human beings, people supporting people, right? But the main focus of this trend that's going down right now on TikTok is dads supporting dads. And man, it moved me, right? Because I just started watching some of these videos as I was going through the things I was going through, and, getting things ready for court and just trying, my hardest to do what I need to do for my kid, right? And stuff like that. So I'm watching some of these beautiful videos that guys have been putting out there of their kids, just heartwarming, right? And then here they come. You start to see one after another. Dad's just, not able to hold it together because their kid was taken from them, right? And I know these stories are out there, and it's hard. It's hard to listen to them. It's hard to speak out as a parent when this is happening, because you feel that the world is against you, right? And that you have been gaslit, manipulated to feel as if no one's going to listen to you, right? So I feel for these fathers, right? Because I know firsthand, right? So I'm watching these videos, and it's just breaking my heart. So I never really poured that much effort into TikTok or YouTube. I really don't. I love that you guys support my TikTok page and you support my YouTube and, and go to my social media. But the heart and soul of the show is the show, right? The podcast is what it is. That's where I put the most energy into. Producing the show, getting guests on the show, and preparing that for everyone. And just making sure that when I do hit record, it's something that I want to put out that's meaningful. I'm not just going to come on here and hit record and just record some kind of nonsense for everyone to listen to take up an hour or 45 minutes of your time, while you're in the gym or driving in your car. I don't want to do that, right? So I decided, again, it just took me a hot minute to get on, just get on here and talk. So, but I'm watching these TikTok videos, and I was like, wow, this is just crazy, because I just been posting some, I've been posting some cool stuff on TikTok, but mostly, just promoting different products and things like that I use and find, hey, you guys are going to find this stuff cool and interesting. I'm going to make a video about it, right? And just a kind of minute and a half video. Check it out, but check out my show. That's the most important thing. The reason why I really started a TikTok is just to get some more people to come back and listen to the show. I mean, that's at the bottom line, right? Be full transparency. And it worked, but I only had like 75 followers on TikTok. I really wasn't taking it too serious. I would upload some stuff here and there, and then, that would fall off because I'm just busy with dad life, right? But dads supporting dads, dudes supporting dudes, this movement that's going on. I mean, in 3 days, guys, let me check my phone now. In 3 days, I went to my TikTok. I'm going to make sure this is down too. I went to my TikTok page and started to look at all these videos of the dads and started following people, and then started doing my own. And I'm at 821 followers as of right now, as it stands right now at 10:23 p.m. Right, and today's Sunday the 20th. Okay, so July 20th. So here I am. I've gotten what 700 new followers in several days just by following other. And there's a way to do it, right? I mean, it's very tricky with all these algorithms, which I think is just a bunch of bull anyway. The way TikTok or Facebook, all these the algorithms. Oh, you got to make sure that everything is done correctly, or the algorithms will, screw you. We put up our content, and we want our followers, or we want people to see it. What's with all this, holding stuff back and not letting people see it? It's just nonsense. There's a lot of bots out there, of course, and it's crazy. I started seeing it also because the minute I started raising, or my numbers started rising, I started getting this huge rise in nonsense emails from, Melanie says, "Hi there, sweetheart. You look hot. Check out my whatever page." It's like, come on, man. So they're all bots. So guys, you got to watch out for a lot of this stuff. So, and then people trying to steal money from you and just try to get you to invest money in different things. It's just really nonsense. So, really going through the profiles and looking at the dads that are out there. Oh man, I gotta tell you, it just, wow. So I'm gonna take a second here, and I'm gonna play a couple of things, just a couple clips of some of these videos, and just to give you an idea.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that get to see their kids, and the fathers that don't. This is the struggle. This is kind of a part 2 of my story. Yesterday it was just an introduction. I'm a father that's just trying to look for help. I'm trying to find anyone that could help me get my daughter back. There's no custody agreements in place.
I didn't realize that many of you guys were going to help brother out. This dad supporting dads thing is for real.
Hey, dad supporting dads. I am good to go anytime on Sunday, whatever time I'm off for the day. There is nothing more important than this movement to me.
Dad supporting dads. This is an absolutely awesome movement. I have seen so many great things from different people on this app. It's just a really nice to see everyone just coming together and supporting each other.
Here's to all the dads. Dads who paid for dinner that nobody was grateful for. Who didn't even know if they were going to make it to payday. Dads that are trying their best to be a good man in a society that devalues men. Dads who lost their patience multiple times a day because they see their life passing with their dreams still in their chest. Dads who never hear, "I'm proud of you," because those are important words to a man. Dads who work long hours and leave all the frustrations at the door to be there for their kids, because that's what dads do. Dads who love so much, even when they feel like they're failing. Dads who shoulders the weight of the world for their family. You're a good dad. And I'm proud of you.
All right. So well, and just powerful, right? And the more I watched, the more I was just pulled into this whole thing. Only because this is it's an amazing movement, right? You have all of these guys going on TikTok, just creating some quick content, showing pictures of their kids, pouring out their hearts over their stories about parental alienation, or just issues with seeing their children. And again, it moved me to say, okay, what do I want to do? How do I step up to the plate and help people out there that need a voice, right? How do I try to help? So what I did is I threw out my TikTok, and I'll play that here in a second. But I made my offer, and my offer was that any father out there, and even here, if you're listening to the show and you know someone that's suffering, contact us, thebeardspeakspodcast@gmail.com. So shoot us an email and tell us your story, and let's talk, and I'll get you on the show. Let's get you on the show. Let's talk about your story. Get your voice out there, because nothing is worse than being in the middle of this situation and having no one to talk to. It is very difficult for your friends and your family to absorb the shit show that is family court, and that is the stress that it puts on you and your loved ones around you and your children. The most important thing is the kids, man. Okay? They're the ones that are hurting so bad. They're the ones that suffer. And for some reason, the other side just never sees that. And the court never sees that. They don't, right? And for you to go on and talk to your friends and coworkers or whoever will, lend an ear, they get tired of it quick. I mean, it's a lot to process. I mean, because you really, you're telling them the story that's going on. You're explaining to them everything that's happening, and they'll sit there and go, "That can't, dude. No, there's no way that can happen." No, really, it happens. Okay, the most outlandish stuff that you can imagine goes on in family court. Okay, it really tears people apart, and it tears families apart. But again, here I'm gonna go ahead and I'll play a clip here of my TikTok that I did. This is the first one I put out there, so check this one out.
Hey guys, Pat here with the Beard Speaks podcast. I'm here today on TikTok to join in on the Dads Supporting Dads movement. Guys, I've been watching a lot of these videos here on TikTok, and I'm telling you, some of them are heartbreaking. I'm listening to stories almost like mine, being alienated by your kids. Just some sad stories, man. And, or rather, should I say, your kids being alienated. It's not all right. Know that it's not all right. Know that you have someone out there to support you. And what I'm going to do is I want dads out there that are going through a tough time, that need some support, to shoot me a message right here, or go to www.thebeardspeakspodcast.com. Send me an email, and let's get you on my show, man. Let's get your story out there. I want to hear about what's going on with your kids, how hard you're trying to be in your kids' lives, and how you're getting pushed out. Now, Dads Supporting Dads, what an amazing movement, man. Let's keep it going. Come down to my TikTok, like it, share it, all that fun stuff, man. Rock on. We need to support each other.
All right. So with that being said, at the end of the day, the bottom line is that we need, and we meaning parents that are going through these situations, and I'll be the first to admit, that it's not a guy or a girl thing. It's not, it happens to moms, it happens to dads. On both ends, right? But unfortunately, it really is heavily more the father that goes through this than the mother, right? So, ladies, nothing wrong, it's nothing against anyone. It's just, these are the statistics, the statistics, right? So you have to ask yourself, why does this happen? Right? I mean, kids should just be kids, man. They should just grow up without these issues. If you're an adult in a relationship that just doesn't work out, things happen, whatever they may be, none of this goes on to the children. The kids should never know anything. They should move on, just like life. Of course, they're going to have some sadness. There's going to be issues. Mom and dad are no longer together. And far be it from me to say that, it's going to be that simple. It's not, of course. There's going to be an adjustment period. There's going to be some issues, but you do not drag them into your dirt. You leave them out of it, man. You cope with it. You explain to them as best as you can that both of the parents love them and that they are not the reason, they are not the problem. Mom and dad are going through something. That's all there is to it. And you both love them. You both love the kids. That's it. It really is that simple. Every single child deserves to have both the parents in their lives. Moms and dads play completely different roles for children growing up. Completely different, right? So you cut one of those people out, you've got tons of problems, right? Especially cutting out a father figure in a son or daughter's life. It is horrible. You cut the mother figure out, same thing. You are always going to be hurting that child's development, regardless of what you think, okay? No matter, unless the other person has committed some heinous acts that are unforgivable. Now I'm talking about, you got to be up there, right? There's got to be some type of just nasty, okay? It's got to be horrible, meaning like breaking the law, doing drugs, alcoholism, having the kids in the car while they're drinking or doing drugs or, something like that, right? Someone laying in a pool of blood, you got some problems, all right? But, if you're a spouse or something like that, things just didn't work out, or you busted your wife cheating on you, okay, yeah, that's horrible, man. But it doesn't mean that you go to your kids and say anything, right? The kids will grow up and figure out the other parent eventually. But you have to have the smarts to look at your kids and love them more than you hate the other person. That's it, man. That's what it comes down to. And I have watched as, my own kid has gone through this, right? And so I don't talk too much about it. I will eventually. And right now, I just want to help other parents, right? I just want to help other kids. I do not want to see kids suffer anymore, okay? And I'm starting to see way too much more of this happening, and it kills me. It really does. It's something that, like I said, because I'm going through it, it is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. And I want people out there to please reach out. And if not to me, to somebody. There's help out there, okay? There are people that can help you. There are organizations out there that can help. You got to find them, right? You got to look. You got to look around. You got to look around for people that can help. So, but, contact the show, and we can help you in certain ways. But definitely to get you on the show, I'm obviously going to vet the stories. I'm going to vet people that contact us. I'm not going to have some Looney Tunes on the show, but I'm going to vet your story, okay? And I want to know what's going on, and I want to know the facts, and we can get you on your show so you have a voice, right? And somebody out there, can hear it and be able to help you in some way or shape or form, or just to give you, my own advice and my own ear to listen to you. Because again, when I record the show, It's non-scripted. It's one of the things that makes the Beard Speaks a pretty cool show is that I just turn the mic on and start talking. That's it. I mean, it's just, it's from the heart. So everything I'm telling you guys right now, I didn't write any of this down. I didn't script any of this. I just got moved today to say, Jesus, man, it's been 3 months, a little over 3 months since, I even had the want to come here into my studio and fire up my system here and just start recording and talking because so much has been going on, just so much has been going on top of this same situation happening to me. My own father, has been going through some rough health issues, and he's got Parkinson's disease, which has been really rough on him. And he fell several months ago, and I've been in the hospital with him, for close to 2 months, which kept me away from recording the show also and getting, guests lined up and getting all that stuff going. So it took some time, and it took a lot, and I had to make sure that he was okay and that, juggling, you become, they call it a sandwich generation when you have children that you need to take care of and run the soccer practice and, band camp and all these different things. Then you got parents that are now not able to take care of themselves, and they can't walk up and down stairs, and you got to go and help them out and, be at the doctor's appointments and be able to drive them around because they can no longer drive, and that's, the generation I'm in. And if you're out there and, you're going through that too, God bless, man. That's a really hard position to be in. And I would also suggest that you seek out help for that too. There's help out there for people who, need elder care and things like that for their parents, because it's not easy, So that put me away in a bad spot to not be able to get on the show and record and do everything I needed to do to prepare the show. Like I said, I'm not going to come on here, turn on the mic, and just give you guys, 15 minutes of nonsense when, all this stuff is going on. Or if I don't, you just get home and you're burnt and it's just like a long day. There's no point in that. So I want to give you guys the best content I can. So, and again, like I said, it just blows me away that even when I take a step back because of things like this, you guys just keep showing up. So, man, it warms my heart to know that the community that we've built here at the Beard Speaks is strong. I've got, listeners all over the world, and you guys just never disappoint. But what I want you guys to do is, so dads, I'm going to speak to the dads right now, and the moms too, but if you guys are going through something like this, please, again, reach out to the show, email thebeardspeakspodcast@gmail.com. There's a new feature now. It's been there for, I think, the last 6 months or so, that right in the app, wherever you're listening to us, on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever it is, just click on text us, and it'll send a message directly to me. Okay, it'll send it right to me. I have I monitor that app, so I can get a message right away. I'll be able to get back to you guys, and let's form some type of support for people that need it. Right. So if you're out there and you're really struggling with being able to see your kids, you want to see your kids, you want and you have a story that you want to get out there, again, please let me know. I saw a video on TikTok just yesterday from a parent who had his children completely kidnapped. Doesn't even know where the mother and the children are. Has no idea. I can't even imagine what this man is going through, right? I've already had a couple of guys reach out to me from, that I've communicated with on TikTok. It's just, for an app that we all made fun of, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. For an app we made fun of for a long time and was going to get shut down or whatnot, it's really become something that people can really utilize for good. instead of just mindless nonsense. Because I really do believe that social media has been the death of us, man. These cell phones are horrible. I mean, people are on, and I have to admit, sometimes, I'm guilty of it too. You're sitting here watching a movie, and then you pick up your phone. It's like, what are you doing with your phone? You're watching a movie. What's your problem? Are we really that addicted to these cell phones? Man, and I have to say, yeah, sometimes I think it is, especially the kids. Now, they're all walking around with their heads in their phones. You can't get them to look up, So I think I did an episode of the social media evils, or whatever you want to call it. Just the dangers of social media itself, man. I mean, you don't argue with people, especially on Facebook and things like that. Don't start, back and forth arguing. But I'm seeing it. I see it on TikTok too. I mean, there's a lot of nonsense everywhere. But when I start to see things like this, dads supporting dads, dudes supporting dudes trend really taking off, like I said, it warmed my heart to see that and to be able to honestly connect with real people. And man, maybe make some change in someone's life, right? And not everybody can help by donating, money, but maybe you've got clothes, or maybe you have something in your city where someone is close by that needs something, right? Connecting this many fathers and just parents, wow. I mean, think of how much good we can do here. So I have a lot of high hopes for this, and I think hopefully if people out there are doing it correctly, and I've seen a lot of TikToks out there of guys going, hey, don't just come on here and start clicking away because, TikTok thinks you're a bot, and then, we get shadow banned, which I really don't even understand how the hell that works. I'm sure there's science behind it, but I personally have been trying to get on TikTok and liking the video. Watch the whole video, guys. That's another key. You got to watch the whole video. So you watch the video, you like it, you make a comment, you share it. It's very simple. A lot of these guys are putting out pretty cool content. I saw a guy today from Hawaii, just walking trails and the beautiful scenery, man. It's really cool, So you're not on TikTok just mindlessly looking at a bunch of BS, because there's a lot of BS on there, right? So you got to kind of sift through all of that and really find the fathers. So guys, if you're on there just trying to make a quick buck to open up a store, and you're really not putting much content, or if I don't even see a picture of you and your kids, I don't know. Are you really a dad? I don't know, right? Or if you don't even have a story or some kind of information about your kids and things you're going through, wow, don't try to just get numbers to get numbers. So a lot of people here just want to be able to tell, like I said, tell their story, and I can see that, right? Or some of them just want to go out there and say, man, I'm hurting. I'm hurting. My kids are gone. I don't get to see my kids. I miss my kids. And I know that pain, right? So to be able to be that vulnerable and just make a TikTok where you're breaking down, it's rough, man. Like I said, it's rough. I've seen a lot in this last week that I have jumped into this new trend, so to speak, that really, again, moved me this much that I'm doing a whole episode here just on dads supporting dads on TikTok, which I never thought I would do a whole TikTok episode. But guys, really go out there, check it out. If you haven't yet, get on board. Start small, make videos, make some content. Everyone out there has something to offer. Your content might be goofy to one person, but might come in handy to somebody else, right? Whatever it is. So, but to be able to get out there and tell your story and get all these fathers together, what amazing. There's a trend going on within the trend where people are talking about trying to get to 10,000 followers on their TikTok, and having a group of dads where they can do a contest or some type of, pull a name once a week and pick a dad of the week. And each person in that group gets that dad $1. Dude, that is life-changing, okay? I know there's people that have, you got 10 grand to blow. Okay, cool. I mean, maybe you do. But there's some people out there who are busting their ass, working 2 jobs, right? Paying their child support, paying for an attorney, or just a guy down on his luck trying to support his family. Right, because there's dads out there. Again, the whole movement again is not just about dads being alienated, or dads going through divorces and things like that, but it's also just family guys, man, guys that have stuck together with, they found that right woman, right, and the right partner, and they're together, man and wife. They got their kids. They're building their family. But they're just getting started, or maybe someone got laid off, got hours cut, 10 grand. I mean, you got $4 a month to do, you don't. I mean, it costs you more to go to frickin' Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts to go get yourself a coffee, which I don't recommend drinking that crap. But I gotta say, it's $4 a month, 4 or 5, some months 5, right? Big deal. You ain't got $5. Can you imagine if everybody tossed in $5 a week? That's life-changing money for some people. All right? Pay off a credit card or something like that, or get their kids, something special. Take them on a trip. Something. I think that's a beautiful idea. I hope somebody out there that's already at that 10,000 mark can start pushing that, starting a group like that. I mean, I think that's all it takes, right? It's amazing. I would love to do that. I would love to have something like that because, man, I can help, how many people can you help with that kind of money? A lot. So that's 10,000 people. And I've seen this on TikTok for the last week. People's numbers are climbing like crazy with this trend. So something out there that, obviously people have an eye on an answer to a problem instead of just complaining about it. So guys, I encourage you, again, check it out. You don't have to be tech savvy to go on TikTok, download the stupid app like I did, give in, create some videos, with your kids, and, man, it's cool, because also some of us that are having a hard time not being able to see our kids as much, or some that don't even see their kids at all, man. It's heartwarming to see those videos, man. So I enjoy them. I enjoy seeing dads being dads, man, playing with their kids, playing ball, and guys playing Barbies with their daughters and stuff like that. I mean, it's heartwarming, dude. And it really is something that should be out there, for people to see, because right now in the environment, in the world we live in, dads are looked at as toxic, toxic masculinity, whatever. You need a father in the home, right? That's the biggest problem in this country right now, is how they take the father out of the home. They push us out from our children's lives, and it's just not right. So again, guys, I'm not going to go on and on. Again, get on the TikTok and check it out. Go to www.thebeardspeakspodcast.com. Check out all our socials there. All our links are there. Check out our YouTube. We got tons of content on YouTube. And the TikTok, like I said, was something that I never really thought that I would ever. I never even really thought I would ever, really get into, but I've spent a lot of time on TikTok this week, just the last, 4 or 5 days. just being blown away. Again, like I said, it moved me that much that today, I got home from seeing my dad, and I was like, I gotta get an episode done today. I don't care if it's 30 minutes long, 15 minutes long, whatever it is. I want to get this out there, and I want people to understand that there is a need for every child to have both their parents, if physically possible. If you are a parent that is emotionally stable, that is there, that is trying, that steps up to the plate, you should be in your kids' lives. No parent should be taken out of their child's life. None. Okay? Again, unless you are a complete danger. First Amendment, 14th Amendment rights, man of the Constitution of the United States. Government can't get involved with your children. Okay? You have to be a danger to that kid. And they have to have proof beyond a shadow of a doubt. And if they don't have that, they can't take you out of their kid's life. They really can't. So understand that these children are suffering, and it's heartbreaking. So these dads out there, guys, they need your help. They are trying to really build their following on TikTok so they can open up a TikTok shop again and sell some merchandise on there and make a little extra scratch, right, for their family, for their kids. Some of them are trying to do that, right, obviously to get just some kind of extra income. You can't begrudge that, right? So that's awesome. I really not really looking to do that right now for the show and for myself. Really, I want to just be able to help people. So again, my offer was anyone out there that's going through any type of alienation with their children or having their children pushed out of their lives, reach out. Reach out to us. Again, we have the app where you can just go ahead and text us, and the email, thebeardspeakspodcast@gmail.com. And again, check us out on all the social medias. Send us a message. We'll get right back to you. And guys, that if you're listening and you're here because you found us on TikTok through Dad Supporting Dads, Dudes Supporting Dudes, let us know. Send us a message. Rate us on the app that you're listening to us on. I mean, we're on everything. I mean, if you could find a podcast, the Beard Speaks podcast is on that app. So check us out. And again, guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. God bless. We'll see you soon.